welcome welcome back to my channel. It's no Fikri. Now I will discuss about ignition coil. Ignition coil is a coil system that functions to change the primary voltage of the battery of a motor vehicle into a secondary voltage of uh, 15,000 or 30,000 volts. That's, that is strong enough to help ignition the motor. When the starter key is turned to the NR15 axis on, it will be connected to the battery. At this time, the electricity cycle will become closed and the flow of electricity will flow the primary coil. This coil, as can be seen, the dynamo is wrapped around a magnet, and with motion and engineering, the resulting DC current is transformed into an AC current. Then, according to the ratio of the number of turns in the primary coil with the secondary, high voltage electricity is produced. The high voltage from the secondary coil is then passed to the ignition distributor, then to the spark plug, which is capable of producing spark. Ignition coil on a car engine is also known as bobbing or bobbing. Car engineers with ignition without a distributor means to distribute high voltage electricity to each spark plug, no longer using the distributor, but direct ignition, which is commonly called DIS or direct ignition system. Direct ignition coil is used on the last model vehicles that use injection system. On mechanics, the already used ignition system no longer use distributor. Maintenance is more practical. In addition, the performance of the engine can still be maintained always in top condition because there are no parts that are easily damaged that can affect the work of the machines. On older machines, the shape of a large coil is similar to a bottle. One coil is used for 4 spark plugs or more. This condition makes the work of the coil so heavy, especially when working at high speed, unlike the injection system. Injection system. Especially when working at high speed. Unlike the injection system engine, the coil is thinner and ignitor. The upper part is made bigger with an ignitor inside which triggers the coil to produce high voltage. Each coil directly activates one spark plug, so that the ignition system performance is much more efficient. Losses due to spark plug wire induction can be eliminated, does not cause storing on audio and radio. Ignition system work is very influential on engine performance. The better the ignition system work, other than the time or timing and the amount of spark generated, the power generated by the engine increases. Fuel consumption also become more economical. The sound generated by the engine is smoother. No less important, it also helps reduce exhaust pollution. Direct ignition system or direct ignition, there are two models of ignition. The first type of each spark plug is served by one bobbin or coil and igniter. As an example can be found in Chevrolet Zafira, Gazelle Innova, Avanza, Fianza, Vios, Limo, Yaris, and many more. The second type is a direct ignition system for one bobbin or one coil serving two spark plugs. Example can be found one on the Hyundai Essence, Avanza non-PPTA, Suzuki APV. The first type is obvious when there is ignition at each spark plug at the end of the compression step, whereas in the second type there are 4 spark plugs and 2 spark plugs emit sparks simultaneously, meaning that ignition occurs in 2 cylinders simultaneously on a 4-cylinder engine. Ignition occurs simultaneously as shown below, but at the end of a differential cylinder, step 1, at the end of the compression step, and the other cylinder occurs at the end of the exhaust step, which we might call the ignition system one coil, 2 cylinders. One of the coil or bobbin for ignition the car without using a distributor, which is a coil upper bladder. The coil uses a one bobbin to spark plug system, which is packed into one. Okay, that's all my video about ignition coil. I'm sorry if my English is not quite right or something's wrong. See you next time.